Shabbat Shalom and a Hag Purim Sameach from us here at Ahavas Chesed Synagogue. We're going to begin our service with the lighting of the candles, sponsored by the Cohens.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Good Shabbos, everybody.
Good Shabbos.
Y'all.
Thank you to the Cohens for lighting the candles for us, and our worship begins on page 5 in the Siddur, if you have one, with Shalom Aleichem. Let's try that in a different key. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharetz, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boacham leShalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu ni leShalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Zeicham leShalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The Shalom Aleichem traditionally opens Kabbalat Shabbat, the receiving of the Sabbath, with the welcoming of angels. According to Jewish tradition, angels travel the world on Erev Shabbat, and they visit each of our homes, and they bless us, and then they go about their way to bless someone else. So they come, they go, they come, they go. And this is just a beautiful way to get a mental picture of that tradition. Our worship continues on page 11 with Lechu Neronena. Betoda Naria Halitzur Yishenu Bizmirut Naria Lo Lechuneranina La 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 Lechuneranina Naria Halitzur Yishenu קודמה פונה בתודה. נריה נריה לצור ישנו בזמירות נריה לו לכו נרנינה לכו נרנינה לה 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 לכו נרנינה לכו נרנינה לכו נרנינה לה 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 לכו נרנינה לכו נרנינה לכו נרנינה. We continue on page 13 with Shiru Ladonai. Shiru Ladonai, Shir Chadash, Shiru Ladonai, Kol Haaretz, Shiru Ladonai, Baruch Hu Shemo. Bazaru miyom leyom Yeshuato. Sing to God a new song. Sing to God all the land. Sing to God and praise His name and tell of His saving hands. Shiru Ladonai, Shir Chadash, Shiru Ladonai, Kol Haaretz, Shiru Ladonai, Baruch Hu Shemo, Bazaru miyom leyom Yeshuato. Sing to God a new song. Sing to God all the land. Sing to God and praise His name and tell of His saving hands. Shiru Ladonai, Shir Chadash, Shiru Ladonai, Kol Haaretz. About this point in the service, Rabbi Steve usually plays us something that he's is special to him, might be talking to his heart at the moment. And I was going to do that tonight. And the way I'm going to do that is with a song we all know and love. This is a James Taylor song. Not even going to introduce it because you know it. You can play the game, you can act out the part, even though it wasn't written for you. Tell me, how do you stand there with your broken heart, ashamed of playing the fool? One thing can lead to another, it doesn't take any sacrifice. Oh, father and mother, sister and brother, and it feels right, don't think twice. Shower the people you love with love, show them the way you feel. Things are gonna be just fine if you only will. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. You can run, but you cannot hide. What do you plan to do with your foolish pride when you're all by yourself alone? Won't you tell someone the way that you feel? You feel beginning to ease. I think it's true what they say about the squeaky wheel, always getting the grease. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way you feel. Things are gonna be just fine if you only will. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way you feel. Things are gonna get much better if you only will. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way you feel. Things will be just fine if you only will. We continue on page 23 with the Lecha Dodi. We're going to sing the first, second, and last stanzas. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikavela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikavela. Shamor v'zachor v'dibur echad, Ishmi'anu el hamiuchad. Adonai echad u'shemo echad, L'shimo tiferet b'litzila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikavela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikavela. Likrat Shabbat lechuvanelcha, Ki mekor habaracha, Merosh mikedem nesucha, Sof maaseh v'shalom hatila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikavela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikavela. If you're singing along with us, you may face the door. Bo'i v'shalom atzeret bala, Gam besimcha u'vosechola, Tok emunei am zegula, Bo'i chala, Bo'i chala. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikavela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikavela. We continue to page 27. We're going to recite the psalm for Shabbat. It is good to thank you, Adonai, to sing to your name most high, to proclaim your love at daybreak, your faithfulness each night. Finger the lute, pluck the harp, let the sound of the lyre rise up. You gladden me with your deeds, Adonai, and I shall sing of your handiwork. How wonderful are your works, Adonai, how subtle your designs. The arrogant do not understand, the fool does not comprehend this. The wicked flourish like grass, and every evildoer blossoms, only to be destroyed forever. But you, O God, are exalted for all time. Surely your enemies, Adonai, surely your enemies will perish. All who commit evil will be scattered. As a wild bull raises up its horn, you raised my head high, anointed it with fresh oil. As my enemies gather against me, my gaze remains steady, for my ears listen and hear. The righteous flourish like the date palm, thrive like a cedar in Lebanon. Planted in the house of Adonai, they flourish in our God's courtyards. In old age they remain fruitful, still fresh and bountiful, proclaiming, Adonai is upright, my rock in whom there is no flaw. This is the part of the service where we move from Kabbalat Shabbat, the receiving of the Sabbath, to the actual service, the Ma'ari service. We're turning to page 39a for the Baruch. Baruch et Adonai HaMavorach. Baruch Adonai Roch L'Olam Va'ed. Continuing with the first bracha. Baruch atah Adonai, our God, sovereign of time and space, whose word brings the evening's dusk, whose wisdom opens the gates of dawn, whose understanding changes the day's division, whose will sets the succession of seasons, and arranges the stars in their places in the sky, who creates day and night, who rolls light before darkness and darkness from light, who makes day pass into night and distinguishes day from night. Adonai Tsevaot is your name, living and ever-present God. May your rule be with us forever and ever. Baruch atah Adonai, who brings each evening's dusk. We continue with the second baracha, but we're going to do it in song. It's on page 40, the Ahavat Olam. Ahavat Olam, Ahavat Olam, Beiti Yisrael, Olam Ahavta. All the world sings to you, the world sings to you, all the world sings to you, the world sings to you. The song of the trees when the wind stirs their leaves, the song of the earth when her rain soothes its thirst, the song of the sea when her waves are set free, the song of the sky when hummingbirds fly. Ahavat Olam, Ahavat Olam, Beiti Yisrael, Olam Ahavta. All the world sings to you, the world sings to you, all the world sings to you, the world sings to you. The song of the trees when the wind stirs their leaves, the song of the earth when the rain soothes its thirst, the song of the sea when her waves are set free, the song of the sky when hummingbirds fly. Ahavat Olam, Ahavat Olam, Beiti Yisrael, Olam Ahavta. All the world sings to you, the world sings to you, all the world sings to you, the world sings to you. Continue on page 41 with the Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, v'chol levavcha, v'chol nafshecha, u'v'chol meodecha, ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele. Asher Anoki Mitzabecha Yom Alevabecha Vishinantaham Levanecha Vidivartaham Bam Bashivtecha Bevitecha Uvelechtecha Vaderek Ushakvika Uvkamecha Ukshartam Leohut Al Yadecha Vehayu Letotafohut Benenecha Uktabtam Al Mizobitecha Huvi Shorecha. Continue silently on page 42 with the prescribed readings or whatever tefillah may come to your heart. Continue on page 43a with the first bracha after the Shema. This is our enduring affirmation, binding on us that Adonai is our God and there is none other, and we, Israel, are God's people. God is our sovereign, redeeming us from earthly rulers, delivering us from the hand of all tyrants, bringing judgment upon our oppressors and just retribution upon all our mortal enemies, performing wonders beyond understanding and marvels beyond all reckoning. God places us among the living, not allowing our steps to falter, and leads us past the false altars of our enemies, exalting us above all those who hate us. Adonai avenged us with the miracles before Pharaoh, offered signs and wonders in the land of Egypt. God smote in anger all of Egypt's firstborn, brought Israel from its midst to lasting freedom, and led them through the divided water of the Sea of Reeds. As their pursuers and enemies drowned in the depths, God's children beheld the power of the divine. They praise and acknowledge God's name. Turn to the Micha Mocha on page 44. Micha Mocha Ba'alim Adonai, Micha Mocha Nedar Ba'Kodesh, Nora Dai Loto Sefele, Nora Dai Loto Sefele, Malchutecha Rahuvanecha, Okeya Lifne Moshe, Zeliyanu Ve'amru, Adonai Malok Le'lam Vayet, Yai da dai dai ya da dai 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 dai, Yai da dai dai ya da dai dai dai, Ya dai da da dai ya da da dai dai, Ya da dai 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 ya dai dai dai. Micha Mocha Ba'alim Adonai, Micha Mocha Nedar Ba'Kodesh, Nora Dai Loto Sefele, Nora Dai Loto Sefele, Nora Dai Loto Sefele. So fun. So fun. If I can quit beating up the microphone, that is. We continue to page 45 with the second bracha after Shema. And this is a prayer for peace before resting for the night. And there's a lovely tune that, who wrote that? This is Friedlander, isn't it?
What tune is it?
I can't remember. The Hashki Venu tune that we use. That doesn't matter who wrote it. It's still very, very nice. And I love doing it. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, Hamidenu malkeinu lechayim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, Hamidenu malkeinu lechayim. Ufro salenu, Sukkot Shlomecha, Lechayim u'Shalom, Me'ata ve'ad olam. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, Hamidenu malkeinu lechayim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, Hamidenu malkeinu lechayim. Ulechayim.
Leonard Bernstein.
It's not wrong. we'll figure it out. Get away with that. Page 46, we're going to sing Veshamru. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat לעשות את השבת לדורותם בריץ עולם. ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם בריץ עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם בריץ עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם בריץ עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם בריץ עולם. We've come to the point in the service that is a time for personal prayer. And this is the Amidah. It begins on page 47. It goes to page 52. But if you need or would like to substitute your own prayers, that's acceptable. So I'm not the rabbi. I can't fill the air with great words of wisdom and Torah expounding. It's not who I am. But I do have a thought that I would like to share. The Passover holiday is coming up, and we're all familiar with the teaching that the Exodus, the departure from Egypt, is also, we take it literally, but also figuratively and metaphorically. Metaphorically speaking, it is a journey of spiritual awakening. We're in bondage. We leave bondage. We have to go through the wilderness, and at the end of the wilderness is the promised land. And I always love that mental picture. But one thing that we seem to, I know we don't ignore it, but we just don't talk about it, I think. And that is, what does spiritual awakening, spiritual discovery, spiritual renewal, what does that take? Well, it takes a lot of hard work. It doesn't just happen. But it also takes a guide. And we don't touch on that enough, I think. The Torah gives us the picture of a spiritual guide in the person of Moses, Moshe Rabbeinu, Moses, our teacher. And if one is looking for a spiritual guide, I'm glad that the Torah points to Moses, because he's not a perfect guy. He's disobedient. He suffers God's punishment. He even kills. So what this tells me is that if I need to do something in life, especially if I need to work on myself spiritually, I don't need to find somebody perfect. What I look for in a spiritual guide is somebody who has done what I want to do. If I need to overcome anger, I need to find somebody who's overcome anger. If there's a specific hurt that I'm dealing with, I need to find somebody who's gone through this hurt and who lives a fulfilling, productive life on the other side of that hurt. I encourage myself mostly, I think, but everyone who's watching also. We all have some spiritual need that's not met, some point that we need to strive towards to make us better human beings, to make us better all around, not only for ourselves, but for the people around us, our communities. The Pirkei Avos, the Mishnah, the Psalms instruct us to acquire a teacher. I think I'm going to work harder on finding a teacher. Kaddish Shalem. Kaddish Shalem.
Okay, cool.
Iskada Shemay Rabal, Bialma, the Brokuri Yam, with Makusavaka, Kun of Yamakonuka, Yedika basis roll about the law is Makori, Yamaru, Amen, Yeheshme Rabal Magora, the Olam Male Mile. Isparakwi, Istabakwi, Isparvis, Romavius, Nasavius, a Darvis, a Levis, a lost made the Kudashop, Reaku, Lay Lami, Cobra Casa, Vashirasa. Tuspakasa, Vadecamasa, Dami, Rumbi, Homovi, Yamru, Amen. Tiskabel, Salosa, Hundus, Ahon, Takobi, Yisrael, Kadam, Avu, Hon, Dibismai, Yamaru, Amen. Yeheslam, Rabba, Menshamai, Kayim, Alen of Yaka, Israel, Yamaru, Amen. O Seshalom, Bimramo, Hu Yaseshalom, Alen of Yaka, Israel, Yamaru, Amen.
Kiddush is found on page 55. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher Kitchanu Mitzvah Biratzivanu, Veshabat Kodsho Biaba Uratzon Gilanu, Zikaron Limase Bereshit, Ki Huyon Tehila Lamikrai Kodesh, Zeker Letziat Mitzrayim, Kivanu Varta Veltanu Kidashta, Mikol Hamim, Veshabat Kodshika Biava Huvaratzon in Haltanu, Baruch Atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. Where's the bread? Oh. If you have challah or some other bread, we invite you to say hamotzi. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
When we do announcements first.
And do Aleinu. Aleinu is found on page 56. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol etikul aliser breshit shelo asanu kegoye haratzot velo samanu kamishmihot hadama shelo sam hokenu kahem begohor aleinu vechol hamonam v'nachnu korim u'mishtakavim humodim lifnei melech malkei hamlakim hakadosh baruch hu shehu notei shemayim v'yosed haaretz Umoshav Yikaro Bashamayim Mimal Ushinatuzo Vegave Meheromim Hu Eloheinu Einod Emet Malkeinu Epesulato Kakatu Vetorato Vedatayom Vahashivota Helevavecha Ki Adonai Hu Elohim Bashamayim mimal v'al haaretz mitaha einod. Kaptua Toratecha, Adonai Yimloch Lilam Vayed, V'nehemar V'haya Adonai, Lemelech al Kol Haaretz, Bayom Hahu, Yiyeh Adonai Echad, Ushmo Echad. At this time in the service, we say the names of folks who have passed at this time, at this season. And in Jewish custom, we remember our dearly departed year after year. This week, remember Rebecca Maisel, Gertrude Berry Golden, Sam Stern, Sam Perkoff, Susan Rubinger, Mary Kaminsky Cohen, Rose Ratner, Mendel Koppel, Charles Grodsky, Lou Friedman, Harrietta Sheridan, Ava Rips, Eskel Gilbert, Ned Golem, Tony Singer, Rose Janvari Buxar, Maurice Idelson, William Tobin, Martha Lubel, Jerry Olinsky, Leonard Capeluto, Ronnie Hoffman, Madeline Eplin, and Sonny Israel Feingold. If anyone is mourning a loss this week and needs to say Kaddish, Kaddish is found on page 58. We invite you to rise. Yegadol v'yegadash shemei rabah. V'alma divrach hirotei v'amlich mal chutei v'chayachon v'yomechon v'chayet v'chol beis Yisrael ba'agala v'yizman kari v'miru. Amen. Yehei shmei rabba mivrach le'olam u'lalmei olmaya. Yet barak v'yishtabak v'yet ba'ar v'yet ramam v'yet naseh. V'yet adar v'yet alev v'yet alal shmei dekudisha barechu. La'ela min kol birchata leila birchata v'shirata tushbirchata v'nechamata da amiran b'alma v'miru. Amen. Yehei shalom rabba min shmaya v'chayim aleinu v'alchol Yisrael v'miru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mermav hu ya'as shalom aleinu v'alchol Yisrael v'miru. Amen. May God comfort the hearts of all who mourn, and we say, Amen. Are you reading the announcements?
Yes, sir.
Okay. David's going to read the announcements for us.
Okay. Obviously, it's Pesach. Things are a little bit different, so we're going to go with it. And let's see. Saturday, March 27th, that's tomorrow, morning services on YouTube. And we have some good stuff happening. 7 p.m. on YouTube, but it is not on our shul site. It is actually on a site that's called Southern Jewish Learning, where we have gotten together with the people who do the Havdalah service, and we've created a Seder service for you. This at 7 p.m. will go live, and you can pause it when you need to, and you can play it when you need to. And it's actually, we put a lot of people put a lot of work into this. It's going to be fantastic. The link was sent to people by email, so make sure you check your email. There will be no Havdalah that evening. We're going right into the Seder. Sunday, 28th, no religious school, no Krispy Kreme roundup. The Monday, the 29th, we're closed. Tanakh study will be on Zoom from 12 to 1 p.m. Story time for kids will be 5:30 to 6 p.m. on Zoom. Tuesday, March 30th, adult Hebrew on Zoom. If you haven't checked this out, it is available on our website. The lessons are a week behind, so if you get on Monday night about 9 o'clock, you can get caught up and you can join in with the new lessons. It's actually a lot of fun and really cool. Of the Spirit on Zoom, which is 5:30 to 6. The topic is dedicating this week to love. Tuesday the 30th, adult Hebrew class on Zoom, 3 o'clock. And of the Spirit on Zoom, 5:30. Then April the 2nd, Shabbat service and candle lighting. We're all familiar with this at this point. And I do ask that if you're so inclined and you're motivated, and it's very difficult to get me up here in front of a camera. Trust me, I'm not even looking at you. It's very difficult for me to do it. But if you would like to contribute, candle lighting, Hatzi Kaddish, Kaddish Shalem, the Shema, Hamotzi, whatever you want. Send it to us and we'll make it a part of the thing. Then on, so of course that'll be day 6 of Passover. Saturday, April 3rd, morning services on YouTube at 10 o'clock. We have a really good program again. Some little surprises, and you'll see when it happens. Havdalah on Zoom will be at 8 p.m. That has changed. Let's see. And Sunday, April 4th, there will be no religious school and Yisker service at 10 a.m. And that's for Pesach, obviously. And we're just going to leave it there for now, and we'll get caught up later on.
The funny thing for me about doing this is at this point in the service, I start remembering little things that I omitted, that I forgot. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in, for bearing with me. Again, I am not the rabbi, and that's why he makes the big bucks. We want to wish Rabbi Steve good Pesach, Hag Purim Sameach. Rabbi Steve has traveled to Connecticut to be with his family for the holidays, and we wish them just the best Passover ever. Considering the pandemic and everything, I'm really glad that he got to go spend time with family. That's such a big deal. We're going to conclude with Oseh Shalom. Oseh Shalom b'mruma, Hu yaseh Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Imeru amen, Imeru amen. Oseh Shalom b'mruma, Hu yaseh Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Imeru amen, Imeru amen. Oseh Shalom b'mrumav, Hu yaseh Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Imeru amen, Imeru amen. Shabbat Shalom, Hag Purim Sameach. Happy holidays.